baseball from Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. A marquee series between the Rays and the Red Sox, and a marquee arrival of Major League Baseball's top prospect. The building is buzzing with anticipation as the team looks to snap a season-long losing streak and reclaim first place in the AL East with the help of the most talked about and talented 20-year-old in the game. Mark down this date, June 22nd, 2021, the Major League debut of Wander Franco arriving in grand style, Rolls-Royce and all, to start his Major League career. And with that, we welcome you inside Tropicana Field. Another rousing rendition of Rays Live, the pregame, driven by your local Honda dealers. Alongside the Big O, Orestes Destrada, I'm Rich Hollenberg. Trisha Whitaker will be joining us in just a moment. And there is anticipation, as an understatement, for Wander Franco's Major League debut in about 30 minutes from now. What are your thoughts when he arrives here at Tropicana Field?
Well, number one, welcome, Wander. It's exciting. You know you're special when an Uber agent, the late Rudy Santime, rest in peace, discovers you at 10 years old and says, this guy, we got to follow this guy. And Rudy must be looking down on him now because he was right on point, and here he is a decade later. And you know you're special when your trading card, one of your rare cards, sells for $198,000 before you've played in the major leagues. So now you're in rarefied air. You're in Trout, Harper, dare I say Woods type of territory. So very excited about it. We'll talk about why this kid is so special, because there's a lot of attributes that he has.
Well, he was signed almost 4 years ago to the day at the tender age of 16, and every step of the way he's lived up to the hype.
Yeah, he really has. And, you know, listen, it comes from his family. There's no doubt, from the little town of Bonnie, you know, that has developed guys. Obviously, his uncles, Willie and Eric Ibar. Willie, that we know over here, is a former Ray. His dad actually pitched also, and also Miguel Tejada. So it's a baseball bloodline in there that's been building and building. He's the youngest of three brothers. The other two played minor leagues, didn't get up to the big leagues, and as I mentioned, his dad didn't either. But nevertheless, this is a power area in Dominican Republic, and this kid has just been not only tutored properly, but just has incredible hand-eye coordination. We're going to talk a lot about that. I love his enthusiasm, so there is no lack of energy for this kid, and he's just refreshing. So you know another reason you're good when you're on a 6-game losing streak, and nobody's talking about that. They're talking about El Patron, the boss man.
All right, so Wander Franco has spent his career thus far in the minor league systems, and every stop of the way, he has been the it factor. He has that star power.
He does. A switch hitter. You look what his average is in those 214 games. An interesting number, and that is the third one. Yeah, a ton of doubles. 40 triples. Now, you're going to say, wow, he must be super fast. He's not necessarily uber speed. He's not, you know, Vidal Brujan, who will hopefully be up later on, his counterpart over in Durham, a fantastic second baseman, also from the Dominican Republic, much faster. But the hands, outstanding. The arm, you know, uber arm plus arm. And then he does have enough speed, enough baseball acumen, runs the bases very well. And now lately you've been seeing the homers now kind of come about. We saw a dramatic home run in spring training. He hit it over everything down there in Port Charlotte. And now we're starting to see the power develop. I'm going to talk about his power and his swing a little later in the show, but he's just done a little bit of everything. And that year when he went 17, when he led the Appalachian and everything, that's when he got nicknamed Padron by his fellow teammates. And I know you love that, Rich, because you being a boss fan, that means the boss.
Yeah, this
Spanish.
Is the new boss. As our Toyota Inside Look shows you, he has been a stud all along through his climb to the big leagues. And that year, back in 2018, he went more than 100 pitches without a swinging strike. And then you bump him up to single A, low and high. He was the minor league player of the year, led the Rays minor league system in hits and runs, and then jumped onto the national scene when he went to that Futures game and was by far the best player there.
Yeah, and one of the things that, you know, you're going to look for, what to watch with him, there's so many things. Obviously, they've been working on him a lot at third base in AAA just to be ready to be able to be diverse, play third. He's mainly a shortstop, but he can play second. So now, as many of the Rays that they try to do that to. He can move around. But the reality is that, offensively, Rich, there's not a whole lot of holes for him. He's a switch hitter that puts the barrel on the ball so well and has great hand-eye coordination, doesn't swing and miss hardly at all. Obviously, we saw a tick in strikeouts in the 39 games he had in Durham compared to the couple years before, but just a little bit. So the kid is an incredible hand-eye, great barrel to the ball, gap-type hitter, and just something special.
And yet, with all that said, the realization is he's still a 20-year-old rookie, and he still has to fit in a clubhouse full of players that are looking to contend for a World Series. Here are the Rays talking about Wander Franco.
I think one word that would describe it is just energy. The passion he brings to the game. Every game he's out there, whether it's warm-ups, hitting the cage, he's always excited, having fun. I mean, you can just tell how joyful he is whenever he gets to be around this game. And being a teammate of his, it's just, that just rubs off on every guy around him. And I'm excited for him. Well-deserved. It's about time that he's here now. I think everybody here is excited to see him play.
I think he's kind of shown to everybody he's ready. He's, conquered every level. I think it was totally the right decision by us coming out of spring training. Let him go play some AAA baseball. He had never done that. And with the off season last year of not getting to play, get game reps, it was a smart thing to do. And to his credit, he's made the most of it. And he's kind of, in fairness, forced our hand. Like he has shown that he's ready to be here and help us win.
He did get a sniff of Major League life last year when they put him on the taxi squad for the postseason. How much do you think that helps him?
I mean, a little bit, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is a guy that's been groomed for this. Again, kind of like the Acuñas, the Trout, and the Harper. This has just been coming on. And if you want a comparison of, who does he play like, it's not either of those three guys I just aforementioned because they're all outfielders, different kind of more power hitters. It's really a guy like Jose Ramirez, who's with the Cleveland Indians, and a former Indian now, Met, in Francisco Lindor. Switch hitter, kind of shorter, lower than 6 feet really, but mad power still, along with great, just hand to ball, hand to eye coordination. I mean, both those guys and Lindor and Ramirez are just phenomenal. Ramirez, one of his favorites from Bani, Dominican Republic, kind of like his older brother from the same hometown.
There is that thread connecting the two. We have a lot more to come on Wander Franco and on this Rays-Red Sox game. But still to come, we have a sit-down with Wander. You'll only find it here on Valley Sports. Trisha Whitaker chats with the Phenom himself just moments before his first game in the show. We'll also have your